Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while, but I really wanted to put some thought into it. And that is, if you're just starting out as a homeowner, what are the tools that you need to be proficient and to be able to fix things? Now there's quite a few videos out on YouTube that say, you know, these are the first 5 tools you should buy, or these are the first 10 tools you should buy, and those are fine. But a lot of times they're slanted towards somebody trying to sell a particular brand of tools, or they have a background in woodworking, so it's slanted that way, or their background in mechanics or welding. I wanted to do something that was just a general, a do-it-all handyman type toolkit to get you started. Kind of the foundation. With these tools, I can fix 95% of what I come across at home, whether it be working on the house or my equipment, things of that nature. So before we jump into those tools, we need to talk about safety. It's not sexy, but it's important. You get 1 head, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 lungs. Let's take care of them. Get a pair of safety glasses and some sort of ear protection. These little foam plugs are fine. You also want to have a pair of gloves and then some sort of filtration for your lungs, be it a N95 or some sort of filtered respirator type mask. And I also like to keep a hard hat around. If you're cutting limbs outside or you've got things overhead where you're working, it's a good idea to go ahead and put a hard hat on. It only takes 1 good whack and you'll start talking like an Okie. All right, let's jump into the hand tools first. The very first tool you should buy is a pocket multi-tool. Now, there's a lot of different flavors of these. Some people like Leathermans and Gerbers. I personally like the Victorinox. This is the locksmith. It has really 4 things on it, 5, that I think every pocket multi-tool should have. One is a blade, a file, a saw, and then screwdrivers, flathead and Phillips. That has all of these. You also want some sort of pliers. Now that's where a Leatherman comes in handy. They have the pliers built in. I like to carry these little Knipex Cobra XS and the pliers wrench. That's what I like to carry, but just find whatever you like to carry, but have a pocket multi-tool. That's number 1. Number 2, a flashlight of some sort, whether it's a pocket flashlight or just a standard flashlight. I like mine to have a magnet on them so that I can hang them and not have to hold them. All right, that out of the way, let's start with the very basics. You need some sort of hammer. A claw hammer like this is great. You can drive nails with it, you can pull nails with it, and you can manipulate things. You may also want to have a little bit bigger hammer. This 2-pound sledge I use probably more than any of my other hammers, but it's not something you have to have, but you do need a hammer of some sort. Next would be a screwdriver or a bit driver like this. This one has multiple bits on board, but any kind of screwdriver set. Look, you don't have to go out and buy brand new tools when you're getting started. There's birds flying in here. Go to yard sales and pawn shops and flea markets. You can buy a screwdriver set for pennies on the dollar. You don't have to have the best tools when you're getting started. Just get some tools and then you can upgrade as you go along. Next, you're going to need pliers and a wrench. And these are the 2 main ones that you need to have. Some water pump pliers, adjustable water pump pliers, and then a stripping wrench or a Crescent wrench. Now, once you go to upgrade, I like these Knipex. Now I don't buy a lot of new tools, but there are some tools that are just a lot better, and these Knipex pliers and pliers wrench are excellent tools. But again, you don't have to have the best stuff starting out. The other pliers I would recommend you get is a set of vice grips. These are just super, super handy, and you'll use them a lot. All right, you're gonna need a tape measure, whatever brand you like. Stanley, I like Lufkin. 25 foot's a good size for the average homeowner. We're the home gamers. 5-in-1 painter's tool. This can be used to scrape and poke and dig and claw. Gotta have one of those. Next would be a Wonder Bar. It's a pry bar. You can use it to pull nails. You can use it as a lever. Really handy tool. This is a foundational piece. Okay, next, let's get into, we're going to talk about a few power tools today, but not many, because you just don't need many as a homeowner. But one that I would recommend as a must-have is a drill driver. Now these are 12 volts. They're plenty for me. Occasionally I'll run into something where they're not quite strong enough, but I think I picked up this combo drill driver and impact for, I don't know, 120 bucks. But if you're just going to get one, get a drill driver, probably 18 volts or better. All right, now that you've got a drill driver, you got to think about the drill driver as a power head. It's not only used for drilling holes and driving screws, but you can use it for a whole host of other things, like sanding. You can put sanding discs on there, wire wheels, grinding tools. So those are some things that you can use your drill driver that multiply its usefulness. Now you do want a set of twist bits. You can get a cheap set like this and they'll do fine. Now if you're going to be drilling holes in metal, you're going to need to get something a little bit better. I have these Norseman Magnums. They're pricey. I think a set like this is probably $100. It's not necessary for a homeowner to have, but if you are going to drill in metal, you're going to need a better bit. AVE has an excellent video on twist bits, so go check that out. I think I did mention a first aid kit. Now, you're also going to need some sort of square. This is a tri-square. This is a speed square. You need to be able to cut straight lines, mark right angles. One of these is handy to have. You also want to be able to level things. This little 10-inch level, 8-inch level, 8-inch level works great. Now, a bigger level is going to be more accurate, but some kind of level. All right, next, let's talk about saws. Now, there's 3 basic saws that you're going to need, and we're going to talk about hand saws here. One is just your standard wood saw for cutting straight, and then for cutting shapes, the scroll saw, and for cutting metal, a hacksaw. Those 3 right there will take care of you. Now, if you want to get into some power tools for saws, there's one saw that everybody should have, and that's a circular saw or a skill saw. This one's just a cheap Black & Decker, but it cuts straight. I've had it for a long time. You can do a lot of stuff with a skill saw. You don't need a table saw starting out. Get you a good skill saw and become proficient with it. Another saw that is handy for cutting shapes and is actually really versatile is the jigsaw. So that's another one to think about. There's two other power tools that I would recommend for the homeowner. One is the angle grinder. I think everybody should have an angle grinder. There's a host of YouTube videos that show you all the different ways you can use an angle grinder. Probably the most dangerous tool in the shop, but very, very useful. Another power tool that comes in handy, especially as a homeowner, is a shop vac. This is just a little 2.5 gallon, 1.75 horsepower. But these are good for cleaning up messes, whether it be wet or dry. Now, let's get into sockets. Now, this will kind of bring up some disagreements. You do want to buy quality tools, but when you're starting out, you kind of need a variety. These kits, you can find these at the Costco or on the Amazon. They come with a whole bunch of sockets. You get 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4 inch. You get a variety of wrenches, you get Allen keys, you get a bit set, and a whole host of sockets. Not the highest quality tools in the world, but that'll get you started. And then as you buy better tools along the way and you fill out your shop, you can take something like this and throw it in your vehicle. And then you've got a backup set of tools in your vehicle. Next, electrical. You're gonna run into some electrical problems in your home and on your vehicles and stuff. So a multimeter, learn how to use it. It'll help you solve a lot of electrical problems. I also like to have a 12-volt test light. And then just some wire strippers. They don't have to be anything fancy. Let's see, what else? Lastly, it's good to have some sort of work hold, like a vise. Now, maybe you don't have a shop where you can mount a vise. They have these that you can screw onto the counter or your table, and it gives you just a way to hold something while you're working on it. So kind of a handy thing to have. One other thing I would say would be just a basic ladder, step ladder. Definitely something you want to have as a homeowner. Now guys, that's just kind of some basic stuff, but it'll help you solve a lot of problems. It's not everything you need in the world. I've got drawers and cabinets full of tools. And we'll do another video talking about shop tools, but this is just for the basic homeowner, the person starting out that wants to learn how to fix things and be proficient. So guys, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I missed something, or if you're liking these videos and you're getting some value from them, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. That tells the algorithm that we're doing a good job. We really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. God bless you and your family. Have a great day.